Hi everyone, how's it going? So today I'm gonna be talking about the relationship between seats and power. Regardless of many types of seatings, people may use it simply as an object to sit and relax. That's what the initial design intention is. But what if people actually use it beyond their initial design intention? What if people actually use it as a tool to show their power and dominance towards others? And how people use it as an object of their desire? Also, how the space itself can actually help them to reinforce the feeling and the tension that they want to make. And all these questions will be analyzed in the short video essay through the eyes of film and how cinematic techniques can show the use of seats, with its additional function to show dominance towards others. But just to be specific, not this kind of function. So to narrow this down, I'm gonna talk more about the seats that is used in the interrogation scene, as it is the most common thing where people use it to show their power. Take an example from Reservoir Dogs by Quentin Tarantino, which is the chair is simply used to tie the hostage down. In this film set, it is apparent that the fixed and stationary nature of the chair is utilized to emphasize the message of power and dominance. As the character is tied to the chair, he cannot freely move, and thus the chair helps the more dominant character to do whatever they like to intimidate him. Instead of putting the chair in the corner or at the edge of the room, they put it in the middle to give a feeling of pressure to the hostage, as he would have the feeling that he is surrounded all around. It is at the same time gained with the help of brilliant cinematic technique. The angle of the camera plays an important role in which the camera shoots the face of the dominant one from a lower angle point of view, so it looks taller and bigger. And in contrast, they shoot the less dominant one from a higher point of view to make it look smaller. This manipulates the audience's perception and empathy of looking at the characters and definitely helps generate the tension between the two. Another example of this can be seen from Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo and J.J. Abrams' Star Wars. Chair in the film is commonly put to the weaker side of the character. However, in some films, this is not always the case. The chair can also represent dominance, as it is used to strengthen the power of dominant character and serve as a symbol of higher status, a symbol of authority, a symbol of hierarchy, and thus it is similar to the throne that is mainly used by leaders around the world. As the previous example was the most common setting used in interrogation scene, another interesting approach of how chair can be psychologically used to strengthen the power and domination is evident in the film Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion, directed by Elio Petri. In this film, there's a scene where the chair is not attached to the less dominant one. In one of the scenes, for example, the chair is controlled by the most powerful one, which in this case, the police commissioner. The way he crossed his legs while backed by numbers of officers standing behind him shows that he wants to dominate the scene and open up his power zone. Body language is playing an important role here. Another interesting detail used by Elio Petri is when the main character, which is the police inspector, uses the chair to manipulate the situation, and he cleverly maximizes the potential of the room's atmosphere to increase his power psychologically. So the scene started with the character interrogating one of the young radicals. And then, when he finished interrogating the first suspect, he then requested another suspect to come in. And the next thing that happens is perhaps the most interesting thing in the scene. So while he was waiting for another young radical to come in, he arranged the chair position in order to psychologically give himself more power, and thus can dominate the interrogation. He initially positioned the chair in the middle of the room, but then he moved it to the edge to create a feeling of safe for himself, as he now has the full vision of the room, and then no one could stab him from behind. The way he moves the chair to the edge of the room also creates a sense of authority and control, as he becomes the main focus point when someone enters the room. And this behavior is similar with the design of a meeting table, when the leader usually sits at the end side of the table. It is obviously just one of the ways to show power and dominance, but it's also the cinematography technique that contributes to the tension of the story. It is also very interesting to see how one simple object could actually have multiple functions and can be really powerful, as it could even drive the flow of the story. And often, it becomes an additional character of the film. So now, I want to present my own film that I created based on the discussion and analysis that we had. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and enjoy!